Hello, everybody. I am Dr. B here with Power Talk live stream, and with me I have Dr. Cecilia Cervantes. We have both been here. Today is the third day of the 5 day challenge, and we have been here helping people be able to achieve their goal. I mean, it's all about creating the future that you want. And on day one, basically, what we did is that we focused on finding yourself. And then day two was about dehypnotizing yourself from false beliefs. And then today, we're going to really talk about becoming being able to become a successful engineer of your life. So, we're going to give you tips and ideas on how to begin to change your life and really create what you love. So I am so excited. Now, this is the thing you have to do. If you haven't watched day one and day two, don't worry. Don't worry. The replays are up. Go watch them. In whatever social media area that you're at, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever you are, you will find them there. Now, if you want something easy access, then join our lab. And I'm going to put the the link here so that you can immediately just go and go to that lab and find everything easy access, fast, and then find the exercises. Anyways, with me is Dr. Cecilia Cervantes, and today we're really going to go a little deeper as to who we are and why do we do what we do. So, Cecilia, do you want to tell people a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been a medical doctor for 36 years. I studied internal medicine and did a residency, and I went on to do a private primary care practice. And at one point, I decided I wanted to do something different. An opportunity came to me, and I bought a practice on lymphedema and wound care. And to tell you the truth, I knew nothing about lymphedema or wound care. And but I wanted to have my very own practice, and I just went for it. And I learned everything kind of on the fly. I learned all about lymphedema, what it was, how to treat it, and wounds as well. I did a lot of studying and I did a lot of work. I mean, it was a lot of work, but I had a goal that I wanted to achieve, and I wanted to have my own practice in my own place and help people at the same time, help people to heal. And that's what I did. I also went on to learn other things because I knew that they needed more than just medicines to heal. They needed good nutrition. Um, they needed some kind of energetic work. So I learned acupuncture as well as nutrition. I learned functional medicine. I studied herbalism as well. So I kept adding to the things I needed to find out, things I wanted to find out, that I could add that to my practice and help my patients with their healing process. And in the last several years, I've learned neuro linguistic programming, hypnosis, timeline therapy, and NLP coaching. And that kind of was the cream on top, because that allowed me to understand where they were in their life, in their minds, um, to understand what they were saying to me when they spoke with me, because there was a big disconnect. And I think there is a lot of disconnect between doctors and patients. And I wanted to really understand what's going on with their life and how can I help them to heal. I have to understand where they are, who they are, and what their goals are, what their values are, what their thoughts are, what's keeping them back, what are their obstacles, etc. Just on and on. And so
Yeah.
that's
So, we all start and we all want something in life. And she wanted a career, she wanted something on her own. And like she said, she had no idea on how to operate it, but she learned on the fly. So, you want to create a future, and yet you don't know how to get there. And we're here to help you and to guide you how to achieve what you want. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Dr. B. I'm Angelica Benavides, known as Dr. B, the Ultimate Legacy Builder. I supercharge business owners around the world through storytelling and metaphysical support. Now, I was an educator for more than 30 years, helping millions of students, parents, and educators and leaders in the US, helping them with how do students learn, right? My focus and my research was very deep in learning theories and human development, and that led me to neurolinguistic programming. And because I was struggling with my dissertation, in writing. Like, I hated writing. Believe it or not, I hated to write, but I knew that I had to write that dissertation and be able to graduate and get my doctorates. So what I did, I found NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming, and I started working on myself to kind of figure out what's happening inside me that I freeze whenever I'm writing. And when I joined NLP, I also discovered about hypnosis, and I discovered how to really dive deep so that I can shift beliefs, emotions, and things that were holding me back. And from there on, I always take things deeper at a deeper level. We both, Dr. Cecilia and I, have become trainer of trainers in NLP, hypnosis, and now timeline therapy and coaching, right? So we're here today helping you create the future that you want by giving you strategies using NLP, because NLP is the study of excellence. In fact, neurolinguistic programming, which is known as NLP, is the psychological approach that involves analyzing strategies that have been used by successful individuals, you know, and then not only do you learn the strategies, but you learn to apply them so that you can achieve your personal goals and your business goals. And that's exactly what we did, right, Dr. Cecilia?
Oh, exactly. It's exactly what we did. And NLP is about modeling excellence and modeling models, mentors or whatever, people that you revere and you know that they're successful. Well, how did they do it? You model how they did it by the strategies they used. And that's part of how NLP developed. NLP developed as a result of modeling people who were excellent in their field.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And NLP, what it does, it permits you to evolve, right? To be able to have awareness of what habits do you need to change so that you can begin to take action and have awareness of, like, oh, I have this belief. Yesterday we talked about dehypnotizing yourself. And one of the exercise was capturing those beliefs that are holding you back from achieving your goals. So now what we want you to do is, like, observe, become aware, and then figure out what habits do you have that are connected to these beliefs and these behaviors, right? Because once you determine, then you're able to begin to create change and see results. You see, when you don't see results, it's because you are not changing either beliefs, emotions. You might have some skills that you need help with to kind of refine, and behavior, taking action. You're probably not taking the necessary action to get to what you want to get.
Exactly. And one of the things you have to remember is that your words are very powerful. That's the linguistic part of neurolinguistic programming. Your words create your reality. What are the words that you're saying to yourself? What are the words that you're hearing in your head? Are you encouraging yourself, or are you putting yourself down? That's self-sabotage. You have to discover, what are those words? What do you believe about yourself? When you talk about yourself, what do you say? I will tell you that successful people don't denigrate themselves. They don't say bad things about themselves. They say good things about themselves. They say what they want to see in themselves.
Mm.
You have to encourage yourself. You have to be your own coach as well. but don't put yourself down. Say, well, I just don't know enough, or I'm not, you know, that's just not who I am, blah, 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 blah. All this uh, yakety yak talk. You don't even know what you're saying about yourself. Half the time, people don't know that they're denigrating themselves when they speak about themselves. But that
Mhm.
is the self sabotage. So that has to go away. You have to
Exactly.
watch your words very, very carefully. Everything you say about yourself.
Mhm. Yeah, that's really important. And then yesterday we talked about, if you go back to day two, we talked about is like you have to be able to either see who is telling you that certain belief that was ingrained in you, that that was installed in your programming. Like, who are you seeing? Who are you hearing? Who are you feeling when you are listening either to the words or feeling that you're not good enough, or whatever belief is coming up for you? It's important that you recognize who is telling me that. Because when you discover who's telling you, then you could either lower the volume of that voice that's not yours, and then being able to install your new programming of, I am good enough, i I am capable of doing this, right? And then just taking action to the next level. It's really important.
Right. It's very, very important. And then, we did say that you want to become a successful engineer. And how do you start that? How do you start that process? My recommendation is that first you ask yourself, what is important to me? You decide what part of, what aspect of my life, what area of my life do I really want to work on and create a goal for? Is it career? Is it family? Is it relationships? Is it personal growth and development, health and fitness, or spirituality? Pick something, an area that you want to create a goal for. And at that point, then you want to ask yourself, what's important to me about this area of life? What's very important to me? And then have a plan.
Mhm.
Decide what your goal is and have a plan. It's important to have a plan.
Mhm. It
And so
is.
that's the big picture. And after that, you go to the details where you're going to take action.
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. Now there's neurological levels, that you could always look into. And when you're looking at these neurological levels of thinking, the first level is the environment. You have to figure out, where am I? When you want to create something, you have to figure out, where are you and when am I doing this? Whatever it is that you're doing, you have to figure out, when do I do this? When do you take action, or when is it that you don't take action? Because you have to scan your environment. Sometimes the environment is holding us back, right? You have to kind of monitor who's around you. What are their beliefs? Are they supporting you? Are they not supporting you? And then figuring out some type of action. The other thing I feel that it's really important is the behavior. That's the second level in the neurological levels, the behavior. What do I need to do? Like, you have to figure out, what do I need to do to achieve what I want? And journal, what is it that you need to do? What are the steps that you need to take? And one of the things that I do, I had to create patterns for myself. And it was, every week on Mondays, I sit down and say, okay, what do I need to do for the week? And then I do the task, and then I start working with them. And then at the end of the week, it's like, okay, what did I get done? And then what did I fail to do? And then why didn't I do it? And sometimes I realized that I didn't do what I said because either I'm confused, I don't know where to start. It gives me anxiety. It's too stressful. So you have to figure out, why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Right, Cecilia?
Right, right. It's part of creating that plan. If you're a list maker, I'm a list maker. I like to make lists. What do I need to do? And I make a list of everything that needs to happen in order for me to create my goal. and from that list, I can get more detail. Under each heading, I can say, okay, on this heading, what else do I need to do to make that happen? What's required? You want to know everything, all the things that you're going to need to get your goal to get off the ground. Are you going to need money? How much money? Are you going to need a certain period of time, a certain amount of time to achieve this goal? You can decide, by what date do you want to do the goal? All these different details, whatever details you need to achieve that goal. Do you need to do some research? Do you need to get some information? Um, who do you need to ask questions of? What experts would you need to talk to, perhaps, if you need to talk to experts about what you're doing? It depends on what your goal has to do with.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then, the next level is the capabilities. Like I mentioned, sometimes I don't do what I want to do because I don't feel that I have the skills, right? I don't have the capability. So I either have to hire somebody to do the work for me, right? Like the graphic design, or they'll help me finish up some of the websites or something. Like, you have to really be honest with yourself. Like, why am I not taking action towards what I want to create for myself in the future? And if it's capabilities, then go hire someone. It's okay to hire someone to do that part of the work that you cannot do because you don't have the capabilities, or register for a course, right? Whatever you need to do. And then, like we've been talking, beliefs are huge. Like, you really need to have decide what is holding me back and why. The beliefs, like, what do I believe? And then values. What does my identity value? What's really important for you? Because if you don't identify your value and the hierarchy of values, we make decisions based on what we feel is important for us. But if you have no idea what's really important and what's priority for you, then the value that should be at the top is probably very low in your value system and your value ladder, and unconsciously you have no idea that it's there. So how can you begin to shift and move it at a higher level so that you say, hey, this is important for me?
This is something that we do in NLP. We look at all these things. We work on negative emotions, limiting decisions. We work on discovering your unconscious values, because your deepest values are unconscious. You're not fully aware of it. And so that's the beauty of NLP. We have techniques that help to bring this to the surface. And then that's an obstacle that you can get over, because now you're conscious of what's going on, why you're doing these things. And if it's related to emotions, well, you can take care of those negative emotions. If it's related to a limiting belief or a limiting decision, well, now we know what it is, and we can deal with it and then move on. Mm-hmm. These are the things that keep people back. They keep them stuck. And that's the beauty of the process that we do. Now I use that with my clients, and I help them to get unstuck, and I help them to move on in their life, so they can achieve those goals. And if it's health and wellness, it's truly important, because a lot of people get stuck in that. And they don't know, well, they get stuck in, it's being done to me. I have no power. I have no way of getting out of this. But you have to find the power, and we help you to do that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We help you to do that. And I think that the most important thing is the identity piece, right? Like, who am I and how do I see myself? So how do you see yourself? If you want to achieve that future goal, how do you see yourself? And then what we invite you to do is to see yourself as an NLP practitioner. We have the NLP Leadership Practitioner Program. And we're really looking for people that want to practice techniques that are of excellence, that deal with communication, that deal with changing lives, not at the surface, but at a deeper level. And if it's you, then we want to talk to you, because we're looking for people to either take it to their business, take it into their career, just like Dr. Cecilia did into the medical field. I took it into the educational field. And then now I'm incorporating it, what I know, into my publishing company when I speak with my clients and to create transformation. So if you are interested in, practicing NLP at a leadership level, then contact us, send us a DM, a message, and we'll communicate with you. And it's going to be a one-to-one conversation, because let me tell you, there's people out there that need you and that are looking to shift their lives in so many ways. I'm just going to tell a story really quick. And I have permission from my sister, so I'm going to use her as an example. She felt that she was in a very, very dark place. In fact, when I would ask her what she saw inside, she's like, I see a dark, dark place. I cannot see anything. So we had to bring in some light, and working with NLP is like you're using several techniques on how to bring back, light into her life. Her life shift, and it changed. It created a lot of change. And like I mentioned to you, I was able to complete my dissertation. I was able to achieve a lot of things that I want in my life, or I wanted in my life, through shifting my beliefs, my emotion, and becoming in alignment with the goals that I want. And that was through practicing hypnosis and NLP. Now, some of you are going to say, hypnosis? Like, what? That is woo-woo stuff. And we're here to tell you, no, it's not woo-woo stuff. It's basically you're changing the wave patterns in the brain, and we are relaxing people enough into the alpha level or the theta level so that they become aware of what beliefs are there that are holding them back, what is happening, and then shifting them to make the changes that they need. So do you want to add anything?
Well, hypnosis is a deep state of relaxation, and we're not changing who you are when we do hypnosis. We're discovering who you are. You get very relaxed, and you get connected to your unconscious mind, and there's a sort of integration there, conscious unconscious integration, and we're able to bring things to the surface. At a deep state of hypnosis, or in hypnosis in general, you are more suggestible to whatever changes you want to make. So we use hypnosis to give you those positive suggestions, reaching your unconscious mind so that you can take action. When you go on after hypnosis, you can take action because you understand what it is that you need to do. And we give you those suggestions during hypnosis. So it's to help you. It's not in any way a manipulation, because you're not going to go against your values. We don't change your values. We don't change who you are when we do hypnosis. It's a tool that helps you to discover what you want and who you are and what you can do at a deeper level.
Yeah. So if you're interested in really taking these skills at another level in your life, like, this is a great opportunity to connect with us and talk to us. We're having a training for NLP and hypnosis. It's 4 certifications: NLP, hypnosis, timeline therapy, and coaching. So you're going to receive 4 certifications. It's a fast track. And we have one in August in the Dallas area. And then we also have another one in the Austin area. So if you're interested, contact us, because we can give you more information on a one-to-one basis. Today we're truly here challenging you to become a successful engineer of your life. And we're asking you to journal. The first day we gave you an assignment. If you're taking action, you're already starting. Yesterday, we gave you another assignment so that you can begin to work on that. And then today, the assignment is also there, right? How do you become a successful engineer of your life? So it's being able to capture the beliefs that we talked about yesterday. So begin integrating. What did you want? We talked about what do you want for the future, day 1. And then today, we were really talking about, like, what actions, right, are you taking? Like, who am I? Like, ask yourself, who am I? And how do I see myself? Those are questions that you need to start asking. And how can I do this next task, right? That's required. And what do I need to do so that you can create that future you want? Because if you are not taking steps towards your goals, and then ask yourself, am I moving forward in my goals or am I moving back? Right. And once you figure out that, I know I gave you a lot to take in, but if you go into the lab, well, I'm going to write the questions there for you. And then you can go back or you can replay and listen to the questions, journal, and then begin to have deep awareness of what's happening inside you.
Exactly. Yes. So, as I said before, you want to ask yourself, what's the big picture? What area of life do I want to work on? What's important to me? Because what's important to you are your values. And those are going to be the things that motivate you towards your goals. Create your goals, be very specific, write them out, and then add the details. What do I need to do to get from step A to step B? And then you can take baby steps towards the goal, right? You don't have to do everything at once. Don't overwhelm yourself. Write down the exact steps you're going to need to take to get to your goal. That's going to help you to take it, step by step. And as long as you're moving towards your goal, you'll eventually get there.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what we said before. Be motivated by the carrot and not the stick. Don't look at what you don't want. Look at what you do want. Keep your focus ahead of you, in front of you, and work towards getting towards that goal. Very important. Do the journaling.
Yes. Many times we get distracted with the things we don't want. So focus on what you truly want. Create the future you want by focusing on what you want and having deeper awareness. So anyways, I am Dr. B here with Power Talk live stream with Dr. Cecilia Cervantes, and we're going to be here tomorrow. So come back and join us tomorrow. But we're going to do a little tweak. Tomorrow we're going to be here at 11 a.m. Central. So if you're going to follow us, go at 11 a.m. Central. And if you come back at 7 p.m., it's okay because you can watch the replay. But tomorrow we're going to be talking about gaining clarity for what you want. I know we've been talking about it, but we want to take you deeper into gaining clarity for what you want so you can truly create what you want. And we don't create by default. Okay. So we will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Dr. Cecilia, do you want to say any last words before we go?
Dream big, use your imagination, and go for it. And we're going to get clearer and clearer with each day.
Absolutely. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.